Okay, so now that we've gone over the heating and air conditioning, why don't we focus on the last couple of buttons in the car? First, let's look at the gear shift lever. We have park, reverse, neutral, drive, and manual mode. For the most part with the CVT, you're not going to be using manual mode. However, just like on most transmissions, you can use it for compression braking going down long grades or for off-road and over difficult obstacles. All you have to do is kick it over, and that'll put you in manual mode with the vehicle. Secondly, why don't we look at the parking brake? You can see that will engage it when you pull up. If you wish to disengage it, you can always put the car into drive. You can tap the accelerator, and that will automatically disengage your parking brake. You can also do the same thing by just pushing down on the button. You have Xmode right here. You can hear that there's a chime when it comes on and off, so I'll hit that a couple times for you. So, when that's on, what it's going to do is take the vehicle dynamic control and just crank it up to 11. It's going to make sure that your tires don't spin when you're off-road. So if you're trying to go up and over an obstacle, it's going to be using the 4-channel ABS in this car and really biting in and trying to grab at the ground. Conversely, when you're going downhill, it'll activate hill descent control. What that's going to do is make sure the vehicle will roll down a hill rather than slide down by releasing the brakes and putting the transmission into a quote-unquote low range mode. Finally, we have the hill holder. That'll pop up on the main display over in the center. What that does is prevent you from rolling backwards on a hill. Personally, in my Outback, I prefer pulling the parking brake. It works exactly the same way because the hill holder uses the parking brake to prevent you from rolling backwards. It just doesn't have the contingency of when you pull the emergency brake of always working. I haven't been able to get it to work too many times, so just keep that in mind. Next, we're going to focus on up here, and we're going to take a quick look at the final buttons, which are going to be the Starling buttons. We have the inside door light switch right here. That just will make sure that when you open the door, the headlights turn on. And finally, we have the blue button, which is roadside. Every Subaru model comes with free roadside for 3 years and 36,000 miles. That will get you towed up to 70 miles to the closest dealer, 2 gallons of gas. They will do a lockout, change your tire, and jump your car if it dies. If you push the red button, that will get you 911. What that also entails is if you're in distress, you see a drunk driver, you get into an accident, you can push that button at any time, and it'll immediately contact the closest 911 dispatch for you. Also, what it does is if you get into a terrible accident where the airbags deploy or the vehicle rolls over, it immediately calls EMS for you. If you have the navigation, it'll immediately dispatch EMS to your location. Anyway, that's all of the features of a 2019 Subaru Outback. I have to find a base model so that way you guys can also see the differences between the other trim levels and this. So hopefully you found this series informational. If you have any questions, feel free to post, and I'll include my email in the description. Thank you very much, and you take care.